on that note of haunted clowns watching us while we sleep.
Just leave that in with no context.
I'm getting picked up on Declan's mic. I need to watch my.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
I'm so sorry. Simply don't make me laugh.
All right, so let's see here. We'll do a quick recap since it has been a little bit since we played. So, in the untamed realms of Kovir, the intrepid group had ventured through some treacherous landscapes, braving an encounter with a shadowy thief and then a raging troll. And both the troll, you realized, had been also ensnared by this mysterious magical aftermath that has been plaguing you. The troll appeared to be driven mad by this arcane effect and had become frenzied and driven into a rage and confusion. You managed to narrowly escape the clutches of the troll, and the band had found respite in the quaint town of Alakna. There, they replenished their dwindling supplies and discovered a child named Varga, bearing the same mystical affliction caused by the cosmic remnants and the lingering darkness that also haunts Opheia. The group delved deeper into this mystery surrounding their shared plight, and they were able to unravel part of the enigma of Opheia's specific ailment. It appeared to be a hex that could potentially be lifted with a proper ritual. Pressing forward, their journey led them to the distant fortress of Kaer Seren, where new challenges and revelations await on the horizon.
Here we go, off to Witcher Town.
Yay.
Ooh.
Won't you take me to?
Take me down to Witcher City. The something.
Where the boys are fucked up and not so pretty.
I think that's just a Q problem. That's not all Witchers.
I think statistically, Geralt is an outlier and should not be counted.
I have the nighttime hex.
Handsome, charismatic Georg.
I'm a hex. I'm hexed. I actually have a plan on how to unhex it, but let's.
You have a
cast hand,
hex.
which
We
is-
figured out how to unhex you. We just need a specific component that is hard to get.
I thought that was something you could do. I forgot.
It actually is something I
was
can do.
What is the
Would you like me to
component we
hex
need?
somebody?
Don't text me.
1 unit of glowing ore is it, right?
Yeah, I've got candles. I'm pretty sure. Let me check,
Candles.
actually.
We can make candles. I don't think it would actually be that hard.
We're gonna have to kill a seal and take its blubber. Is that what you want?
I'm gonna go. I'm sorry. Give me 1 moment. I'm gonna kick Gigi out of my room.
Sure. So as the rest of you approach Kaer Seren, the Griffin Witcher's ancient fortress, the freezing winter air seems to intensify around you. What does the group do as you approach this formidable structure on the coasts of Kovir?
That is a good question. What are we doing?
Great question. Yeah.
We have no
We're
guarantee
discussing
that
our plan of attack.
we have. We can't call it that. We so cannot call it that.
We should
Our
go
plan
with
of
that.
defense.
Our plan of entry. Because there's no guarantee that we will be even admitted. Right?
I mean, you could always try to prostrate yourself. Prove that you're not any sort of
They're not quite.
in any sort of way.
I've known you for nearly 20 years now, and you still think I'm a threat. So I don't see how a bunch of
You are.
Witchers that don't know me and have a marked and well-deserved disdain for mages is going to see a little bowing and scraping and consider me not dangerous, which I am not dangerous to them.
All right, didn't you say that your forte used to be in diplomacy?
A long time ago, yes.
These are witchers.
I was
They're
mostly
from a
used to
long
dealing
time
with
ago.
spoiled kings and queens, not world-weary
people.
witchers.
Best course of action would be I go first. They at least know me. And somebody with any sort of... somebody harmless who can speak clearly and charismatically would be a good chance.
Looks at
Oh,
Gilton.
what? You don't want to do it? Sounds like you're the man for the job.
I'm not coming with it.
I'm just kidding. I'll go up and do it.
I am concerned, though, because of your new magical prowess.
I would hardly call a single illusion spell prowess.
It's more that it would set off medallions.
Does it?
Well, let me just make an illusion. Make a little snowman.
Do you get
Does it
when he
set off
stands
the
near you?
medallion?
Does your medallion vibrate? Is that
I thought that it did, but
only?
It does in a minor fashion, similar to, like, it's not as strong as standing next to Mareigh by any means, or Opheia, but it's a very slight, like, it senses magic. So
They probably got more magic than I have.
yes.
I think it might be best if, whenever possible, Kilton stands in between me and Mareigh, just so he gets lost in the noise, so to speak.
I was going to say it should be me, Kilton, and Julian taking up the front with you two taking a long rear, so to speak.
Oh, he was the harmless, charismatic fellow you were talking about. Right.
Well, as much as I appreciate the volunteering of myself, I myself love a long rear, and I think I'll stay there myself, unless you need me for something.
No, Julian. I think this is the time where you should be up front.
You have a
actually,
historic...
I mean, I don't know
You
these
have a
people. I
historic-
mean, I've dealt with other witchers, but
friend of
I mean,
witches
not very
is
successfully, to be honest.
Aren't you?
You are a famous friend
Aren't
of
you
witchers.
the most famous friend of witchers, the bard of the witchers?
You forget that we are all also a friend of a witcher.
A witcher, and not one well liked by this specific
So-
castle.
Well,
outside
then
of
that means make
one
friends with
person.
them, and they'll like the rest of you. They'll be friends of Kilton.
From my experience, friend of a witcher doesn't really mean much to other witchers. Yeah, my experience, but could be wrong.
No, I
The
think you're
ones
onto
I've met.
something. Witchers seem to have bad taste in friends. No
They
extrapolation.
also don't seem to really like each other that much, or themselves. So
Well,
You know.
one way to find out.
Oh,
Witchers
how
actually
about
like lemons and 8 limes, I say, as I just start climbing the stairs.
I'm gonna... Oh, wait, Kilton.
What? Oh, I thought we were extrapolating.
I'm going... let me come up with you.
Good.
We'll take a leisurely stroll behind you.
A rare moment of Kaspar seeming exasperated.
Yeah, you and me
That's-
both, buddy. I'm going up the stairs. We take one step and stop to plan a different element of this.
Nope, we're
And
just
then we
going.
take one
Let's
more
go.
step, and then we stop for another conversation.
To be fair, this is a warranted...
I know. I just
Game
imagine it
plan.
like that Lord of the Rings, where every time they take a step, he says it's the farthest he's been from the Shire. But we're just going up the stairs.
Wait, is this a good plan?
No, I start running.
Okay.
yeah,
I'll do
presumably
anything.
this happens as you guys are making.
Yeah,
it's a
of
it's a good
course.
mile away. Where when you like first
I
catch
know.
sight of the
Yeah.
spire, and then as you get closer, you've landed on your plan. So, as you approach the silhouette of this fairly commanding structure, you're able to get a closer look at it. It contrasts against the stark landscape around it. You see, there's one tall central tower, and the structure itself is quite weathered, bearing the scars of age and apparently attacks of some kind. The signs of ancient damage, or despite these signs of ancient damage, you can see that the fortress is, still quite a beautiful structure. It seems like it was built with great skill long ago. And as you approach the kind of main gates, you see this isn't a huge like castle. It is a fortress. You'd imagine at its prime, it probably was maybe manned by like 40 or 50 people. It's got
more of a keep than a castle.
Yeah, and actually, while you're all here, if you'd like to do a history check or an education check,
yes, please.
Can I use my Witcher training?
This would be specifically an education check.
Yeah.
Reset your luck, everyone.
Ooh, thank you.
Oh, good call.
What are we making? History? Education. Right?
I ask this question every session, but can I use Lore Keeper in lieu of an education?
I think yours is like general history, like it's let me remind myself what your cluster of topics that come in hand. Yeah, so yours is kind of a general like monster lore, human perception, education, wilderness survival. You can use yours for a lot of things. So absolutely.
I will use it here.
Very nice. All right. So we've got Opheia and Kilton with excellent rolls of 16 and 18. You both know that, or at least can see now that the structure is in front of you from your understanding of structures of this kind. It appears as though at one point this was kind of a far northern kind of watchtower, kind of combo lighthouse almost. So the gold rushes and the fishing industries that are, here off of the coast, this would be kind of the furthest point of defense for the country. The two of you that have, Kaspar, with the 21, your education comes in clutch here. You are able to see the structures that have been talked about before and are able to identify them from the histories that you've learned. You see that there's a large kind of central tower. There's the main large like square tower, and then there's a smaller circular tower. And you can tell from the descriptions that you've read in history books that this would be presumably the great library of the Kaer Seren. And Mareigh with an exceptional 27, excellent first roll for the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, all the same information as everyone else. And you also notice a bit more about the battle damage, and maybe seeing it in person sparks some recollection of your readings at Aretuza or along your other education routes. And you can see that there is a great kind of crevice or like rupture that has kind of formed across the courtyard of the fortress itself, kind of damaging one of the exterior walls. And you can see that some of the like one section of the keep has almost kind of completely collapsed in. Your understanding would be that this is likely the remnants of the damage that was caused when mages attacked Kaer Seren many, many years ago.
Yes.
And
makes sense.
So, yeah,
remnants of earth magic.
And I will say that it does appear that while the keep has been repaired to some extent, it seems like it's a lot to repair for a small group. And so it seems like they repaired it to be structurally sound and have just left the rest of it to be. Yeah. And your exceptional 27, you spark in your memory, remember reading the account of one of the mage's apprentices or something as they escaped from the attack many centuries ago, and they had mentioned that there had been a rupture in one of the exterior walls that had left a gap. And looking at it in person, it seems as though that gap may still be present on the kind of seaward facing exterior of the fortress.
There's any place for us the gap to be and still be open, and over the freezing cold sea is one of the safer places to leave it alone.
Yes, but it does seem like it could be a weakness or a point of entry in an extreme case.
In an extreme case, not a case that I'm about to take. Not about to be
As you
breaking and entering.
the group approaches, you all recall these things. And when you reach the main gate of the fortress itself, you see that there is a kind of heavy, like old wooden gate reinforced with iron. You see there's the flicker of torches, and you can smell, a fire burning from within in the courtyard. There does not appear to be anyone here. Go ahead and everyone give me an awareness check. Have Julian do one, since he's here as well with his very lovely 0 bonus.
Ugh.
Okay. You know what? If I keep rolling 21s, I am pleased with the evening.
Sorry, I didn't realize mine still set to private. He did not roll great, but not horrible for not having a bonus. So let's see. All right.
Better than me for having a better stat and a better bonus.
Yeah. Well, and it appears as though Kaspar is the only one. As you approach, you notice kind of outside the main doors, in kind of a shadowy nook, a figure standing. As you notice him, he notices you noticing, and steps out. And Kaspar, you recognize the form of Lucian Asintra.
Thank God. Lucian.
Greetings, Kaspar. It's been a long time.
It is. Wintering here again. I see.
As always, I see you've brought friends this time. He kind of looks the rest of you over.
Wouldn't call them that, but they are traveling companions for now.
Interesting. What brings you to the gates of Kaer Seren?
I'm sure you saw the comet.
Indeed, as we all did.
Have you heard tellings of any side effects that it may be having?
Not in person, but rumors have reached us.
Yes, they certainly have. I'm going to show him my forearm scar. Kind of disappeared on my skin after witnessing the comet. Me and my companions here, many of us are bearing similar marks. We are hoping to learn some of the expertise of the Griffin Witchers to help us in unraveling this.
Hydro Flask is not for kitties.
You have traveled far for this, then. It's not an easy journey to reach Kaer Seren.
We were in Kovir and Povis. Simply the most direct way to good knowledge.
Well, regardless of your motives, it is good to see you again, Kaspar. He kind of clasps a hand on your shoulder, and he kind of looks the rest of you over now, kind of stepping fully out of this shadowed nook that he was standing in. You see he is roughly, 6 feet tall or so. He has like a number of scars across his face, kind of the signature yellow eyes of a witcher. You also notice that he is walking with a limp. You see his left leg is kind of splinted up, and it appears as though he is recovering from some sort of injury on his leg.
Recovering from a wound. Maybe a critical wound.
When do you get that? I gesture at his, I kind of like nod at his leg.
A few months back, fight went poorly, and I dropped my guard for a moment too long.
Not
Such
like you
is
to
the
be,
life.
Not like you to be down this long.
Well, the older you get, the more time it takes to recover. I'm taking it slow, and, it's nearly recovered. Tell me, friends of Kaspar, who are you?
Why, I'm Kilton Aspala. Come along with him as a traveling companion and arms merchant. Maybe looking
Arms
to
merchant.
buy or sell steel swords.
Long way from home, Hilton Aspala.
Iron swords, whoops. Or iron swords.
He gives you a kind of look of disgust, like, really?
Good
You want
nasty,
dog shit
for the
swords?
nasty
nasty shit out of here.
For the foundlings. Not for you, obviously. You know. Oh, you don't do that anymore, huh? Oh, anyway. Yes, a long way from Spala, a long way from Lyria. Caught up in the cold, but weary for a warm fire and a simple meal. Or a good meal, in fact, which I have on me. And would be happy to share. And of course, we got friends back further down the stairs.
Oh, yeah.
Opheia steps forward a little bit.
Oh, go with.
And just goes, sorry, our friend Julian gets nervous when there's more than one Witcher in the room, so we had to be emotional support. But I'm Opheia. I don't have a family name I've kept, and I don't have well, you could say of Angren if you wanted to, but I've abandoned that place too. But I come as I am.
A druid, I see. Unusual to meet your kind this far north.
Where do you meet our kind?
I have crossed paths with many druids in the northern kingdoms. Cadwyn especially, there are quite a few there.
I've been
Good
trying
people,
to.
mostly.
I like to think so. I've been trying to keep an eye out for them, but I've been having trouble getting around. I'm not particularly mobile these days, especially with the war and I suppose I'm not welcome everywhere, but I hope to be welcome here.
Indeed. And you?
Mareigh, formerly of Lyria, now of just the Northern Kingdoms. Traveling scholar.
She's a mage. But I give you my word, something that is not freely given, as you know, that she poses no harm to Kaer Seren or anybody residing here.
Well, your word is worth something, to me at least, but to the others, I'm not as sure. You have come a long way, and I appreciate that. Seeking help is not always easy to do. But we have our own challenges here at Kaer Seren, and those are of my first import. Also, the others are not likely to be trusting of outsiders, let alone a group of them, well, including a mage. What is it that you're hoping to discover here?
We were hoping to look into your library. We had...
A heavy ask.
I know. You know, I don't ask of things unless I'm in dire need.
We We desire to know if the history of this comet has repeated itself before, if the strange effects have happened in yesteryears. That is all. And if there's any recollection of what needs to be done to head off its effects.
Well, it seems as though we are both at a challenging point with problems that we both need solved and no immediate recourse to do so. Let me get to the bottom of this then. Our situation here is that Kaer Seren is running out of food. We've got perhaps enough for a week, no more. You being here means that perhaps we might be able to solve each other's problems. Yes, perhaps. This is a problem that I have no desire or ability to solve myself at the moment. As you can see, I am still recovering, and I'm not in any condition to take on anything outside of perhaps some extended bed rest. But here's the problem. To the north, there's an ice cutting and fishing village on the shores of Lake Tancred. They are generally good folk, and I have paid regularly to have them deliver a shipment of provisions and fish about every 2 months or so. This has been our agreement for many years. Last night, however, a boy, Olgar, he came from the village and arrived here empty-handed. Claimed that some sort of four-legged monster or beast had scared off their temporary workforce and made ice fishing impossible. Now, we've boarded him here in the barracks for the time being, attempting to ensure that his father will make good on the contract that we have paid him for, and that they will prove no impediment to us. Do you see where I'm leading with this?
We'll investigate.
If you help me deal with this situation and get us our shipment of food, then perhaps that will gain the trust of the others here. As it is currently, they are distrustful of strangers and stressed by the potentiality that we may be out of food quite soon. The other Witchers won't deal with the villagers in a mutually beneficial way, and it's important that we maintain at least a somewhat good relationship with them, as they are normally our only reliable providers. You help me with this, and I will start researching this phenomenon and talking to the other Witchers, try to convince them to trust you and your friends. And if we're able to bring us our delivery, then it will go a long way in showing that you are trustworthy and capable.
Do you have any idea what sort of beast it was that scared off the fishermen?
The boy gave precious few details. My understanding of the landscape and the normal prey and monsters that are around here, my best assumption is that it's likely some sort of warg or beast of that kind.
Not too difficult to take down.
Right. If that's the only recourse, then we've no choice but to accept the terms.
I would have accepted this task regardless.
That seems fine to us.
Excellent. Then it seems we are in agreement. I hope that I will talk to the others. They are set in their ways and they are distrustful. but perhaps they will come around. It's good to see you again, Kaspar. I hope that besides these troubles that have ailed you recently, you have been well.
It's good to see you as well, my friend. Things have been well. We're witchers, you know. We both know the landscape as of late.
Indeed. A world of shrinking possibilities and dangerous foes.
Increasingly dangerous allies.
Indeed. Indeed. Is there anything that I can do to aid you on this task? Anything that you need? You seem like you have been on the road for some time.
What time is it?
At this point, it's probably late afternoon. It took about a day to get from Alakkunak.
Probably shouldn't travel at night. Could just camp in the vicinity. Some food for the horses.
Yes, of course. There's any number of spots available out here that you're welcome to set up. And there is some good grazing just further up the trail a little ways.
We most appreciate that. Thank you.
Lucian, I don't mean to question your methods, but you are keeping a boy hostage. He won't give you any more details. But if you wanted somebody else to talk to him, we could learn more about the beast, maybe? Just putting that out there.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check. Nice, 13. Yeah, Lucian turns his attention to you and says, I appreciate the offer, but we have questioned the boy, and no harm will come to him while he stays here. It is simply an assurance that the deal's parameters are met. He will be taken care of. But as far as I am aware, he has no further information to offer besides his presence here being valuable.
Understood, then. I guess we should pitch camp, unless anybody has any unresolved business.
Nope.
All right.
Yes, camp.
You got it. Lucian enters back into the doorway of Kaer Seren. The door shuts with a heavy thunk, and you hear the wooden kind of banister being placed back to secure the door.
I know this is probably foolish, but the way that you described him, I thought he'd be cheerier.
He was incredibly cheery.
Yeah, seemed like it to me.
I've never
make
seen
you
a more
describe it
happy
myself.
witcher. That man was downright jolly.
They spoke to us, and we
And he
agreed on
didn't
almost
try and
everything.
kill us almost immediately.
Yes. They even said he'd help us.
Do some
I'm learning.
learning. This is why you can't beat field research.
He didn't seem cheerful to you when he told us where we could graze the horses and it wasn't up our asses.
I know. I was expecting him to say "fuck off."
Yes, exactly.
I would have preferred if he was reclusive and antisocial, but I can't deal with paranoia.
He probably
God's
also
sake.
is that, for what it's worth.
I mean, paranoia has kept the Witchers alive for centuries. That they're
reclusion.
rightfully earned their paranoia.
Also,
And antisocial.
Opheia, you were lucky that we found Lucian and not one of the other Witchers who wouldn't, at best, have addressed you and Mareigh, and at worst, killed you on sight.
No, until we feed them.
Yesterday I was convinced that this was an okay plan, so maybe don't show your hand so quickly.
We're here. There's no turning back now.
Okay. I'm going to continue pitching camp then.
Yeah, you're able to travel just a little ways back up the trail where it's not like quite as rocky and snowy. You find some, clearings that are, good locations to set up. It's cold, but you've repurchased some tents and things like that, so you're able to set up some decent little caravan shelter.
I should have bought ingredients.
I pitched my
or
new tent.
Found some.
Yay.
New tent, yay!
Whoa.
Yay!
Yay!
Julian sadly pitches his new tent and just constantly won't shut up about how much he misses his other one.
His caravan, his
Yeah.
wagon.
His nice.
No, my other one had a
warm-
little door. I could crawl inside
We
there
know,
and stay
we-
warm, and
We know, Julian.
had a little window too. I could
Yes.
look out and watch you all. Not
Yes,
in a
what-
creepy way, just
Is this why they call you Dandelion? It's because you're fragile and fall apart at the first inconvenience.
Dandelions are incredibly resilient. They're impossible to kill. Just try.
Yes, at
I
first.
think-
I think.
I've never
Why
actually
would you?
gardened. I've been with a lot of gardeners, so they talk about my name, and it's they always have some sort of tidbit of information about it, and I retained a little bit over the years. But
You actually
actually-
listen to the people that you sleep with? That's
He said
incredible.
retained and not.
well, you hear the same things enough times. Eventually, some of it sticks. So
And now we've learned it, and we didn't even have to sleep with anyone.
indeed.
I think that's how I learned most of my Elvish.
That's how I learned most things in my life. Is by not sleeping with someone. Sorry, what were you saying?
By actively listening to the people who are teaching you things.
Oh no, by retaining it. Sort of just absorbs into the psyche.
Not how that works. Not how that works in the slightest. But sure.
Yeah.
You guys kind of notice that as Kaspar is kind of fiddling around tent and setting up his area of camp, he's slightly more cheerful by Witcher standards.
I definitely noticed that. You used the F word with him. He's an actual friend. You normally pulling that word out of you is like pulling fingernails out of a torture victim. Hard.
Why would you use that exact phrasing?
I don't know.
You're a deeply unpleasant woman.
I've been told by you many times.
Yes, he's a friend. He saved my life. I care about him deeply. Let's move on.
Kaspar has a friend. Kaspar has a friend.
I could still kill you,
I know you could, but you won't.
God only knows why.
Well, this is either going to be incredibly easy or incredibly perilous, and we won't know until we get there. Where did he say the village was? Another day?
North a ways. About a day.
It's a little closer than Alekna, probably maybe half a day's journey
Okay.
further up the coast. But yeah, it's the closest settlement to Kaer Seren. It's very small. It's just a fishing village. So
Can I do some foraging around to try and get some ingredients?
Sure. What would you like to forage for this evening?
I would also like to forage too.
Forage gang.
Foraging
Hold on, I'm gonna pull
gang.
up my tome real quick.
All right, we got some foragers. Hilton, anything you'd like to do while Julian will probably
not
try and make some broth?
forage. Oh, he'll make some broth, huh?
Foraging.
Fuck foraging.
If I melt
Fuck
up some
making
snow
broth.
and I found some leaves I could put in there, it's like a little like a bay leaf or something. I mean, it looks like a bay leaf. It's
Not a baby.
shaped like one.
That's holly. That's holly. Do not put that in
Holly
soup.
leaves don't look like bay leaves. Can I make a I don't know.
No, but it'd be so funny if he was just holding up a holly leaf.
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, Kilton, what's your wilderness survival?
Probably pretty low.
Oh,
I have a +10.
But what's the base? What's the
Oh, the
modifier?
bonus is
The
0.
base is 10 plus 0.
10 plus
Do
0.
you want to do? Do you want? Hey, do you want to do some learning that doesn't involve sleeping with someone?
Yes, that's most learning, actually. And it has been a
That's what
while
would-
since I've survived
Julian
in the
will tell you.
wilderness on my own. Or with this small of a group, so...
God, I wish I could fucking memorize these instead of doing this.
it's just there's so many of them. What do I need versus what's available?
Okay, we'll go
I
ahead.
need soul more
What do
than
I have?
anything.
What do I need?
What am I going to learn?
I was going to teach you wilderness survival,
Yay,
so that way
I
you
would
can
like
help
to do that.
forage on the next round.
Okay, so we have
It seems like a
that.
good use of my time.
I think this is a very bad environment for foraging, but
It's
I-
it's mountains. There might
They
be
said there was a field for our horses to graze. It can't all be like this bleak.
for what it's worth, the number one thing I'm looking for is beast bones. So
Well, go to
bleak
the
is
field
good,
where
actually.
horses graze. We know there's beasts.
there's
and where
multiple
there's
beasts. Do
there's
you like
bones.
mouse bones and
Make
like
clever
ferret
still.
bones and
A
ermine
mouse
bones?
isn't a beast.
A mouse
It's
is a
an
beast.
animal, but it's not a beast. I feel like a beast has to be like a beast, right?
Sulfur would be very
Get a
helpful.
deer.
Sulfur. Yeah, sulfur actually is also very helpful for me. I need it as a component for ritual use.
What else?
Yeah, so you'd be able to find anything in mountains or forest. Fields would be generally more like the plains of Rohan, larger
And-
grasslands and stuff.
Brionia, which is mountains and cities.
I have tons of Brionia. Not tons, but a decent amount. I have two.
Okay. Well,
You need it more than you need it too.
yeah. So, yeah, whatever I said the first time and whatever I said the second time. Brionia and Sulfur, which are both mountains.
So I think you'll be able to look for
Oh,
one
let's
with your
see.
wilderness survival check, and then
Yeah. Do you want to look for Sulfur or do you want to look for Brionia?
I'll look. Let me see. What is sulfur? What is sulfur?
That's a DC 12 forage.
No, but what element is it?
Oh, it's clever.
Breath. What's your bonus?
My bonus, if you must know, is 2
So is mine.
with a
Okay,
10 base. Yeah.
so is mine. So it's either I'll take sulfur.
All right, then I will take Brionia.
Alrighty, wilderness survival.
Wilderness survival.
Luck into this just in case.
I'll put a couple luck into mine as well, aka 1, because I don't have a lot. Nice.
very nice. All right.
Alrighty.
And then Opheia, you're going to try and teach Kilton some wilderness survival.
yes, I am.
All right. So, what is your wilderness survival skill and your teaching skill?
My teaching is 1. My wilderness survival is 2.
Okay. So that would mean you'd be able to teach up to level 1. And also you're able to do that within like a couple hours of just like showing Kilton the basics of like what a track looks like and
the common poisonous plants that you should not eat.
Just
common
pointing.
plans.
Do not
and
eat this. Do not eat this. Do not eat this.
That's not Brionia, that's brioche. Leave it be.
And so with Opheia, with your teaching to do this, it's mostly just a time commitment. You don't actually have to roll for it. It's just the average of the 2 skills, which is nice.
Okay, then.
I get 3 units of sulfur.
Nice. All right. Add that to your inventory. And Kaspar, did you roll for your...
Oh, D10. D10.
What is the way to search the compendiums again? Space something?
Yes!
control spacebar?
Control spacebar.
Yep.
Sulfur.
I just keep that motherfucking thing on me.
I already had it on here. I can just add 1. That's I had 1, 2, I have 4.
And
4 total now.
Kilton, your wilderness survival from the training raises to 1 point.
Awesome.
Now you can avoid food poisoning.
I need ether to.
That's true. I know what bay leaves are, and that's not it. Give it here.
Eventually.
Let's see. Julian is first going to do a wilderness survival check. See what he can find. Okay, find some stuff. And then he's going to make a crafting check to cook some broth.
Rebus more than anything.
I think Julian's making hot water.
Yummy.
Yes.
He's making like hot bark water. Like he's got like some like roots, and then he's like scraped into the pot with some what appears to be just like oak leaves or something, and is just kind of has like one little bit of grizzle left over from the horse meat.
I'm gonna make the illusion of one big bay leaf on top of the pot, just to trick him into thinking he did something.
That looks like shit.
That doesn't look.
I think it looks delicious.
I appreciate your efforts,
Then
Julian,
drink
but
some.
I don't think we can physically eat that.
Well, it's more of a drinking meal, anyways. It's a liquid diet.
You know what I
It'll be
meant.
liquid on the way out as well.
Did you even wash the leaves before you put them in?
Well, it's water. I put them in the hot water that washed them. It adds seasoning.
Things pee out here on leaves.
Can I, oh, would I do this? Can I try to stealthily, accidentally knock over the pot?
Oh,
Sure. Yeah.
No.
Go ahead and give us a.
Boiling soup
I
pot.
think this would be a sleight of hand check.
I mean, it would be away from people. I wouldn't do it towards someone on
It
purpose.
badly burned.
It's a small little. It's like a small little cooking pot. So, yeah, give us a sleight of hand check. And-
Good dex and bad sleight of hand.
Julian will.
We're gonna put a luck onto that.
Get a beat an 11.
I'm a dickhead! Yay! The funniest fumble!
Julian
start
just turns
thinking
around
of
like right as you like kick it over, and he's like,
I just kick it.
Kaspar, why would you do that? I was making dinner for everyone. You get the little -5 attitude points for
oh,
Julian.
the double minus sign in The Sims.
Yeah. He does the Sims stamping feet. Oh.
I'm
Meat
sorry.
wow.
You're not sorry. I saw you do that. It was clearly on purpose.
Yes, it was on purpose, but I am sorry.
Damn it, Kaspar, now we'll starve.
Would you like me
Hey,
to
Kaspar.
assist you in making dinner? Again?
Caspar.
No, replace
No, we'll
that
just eat
dirty
one of these
water right
turkeys I
now.
bought.
Yes, me too. I would pull out a
Have you just
turkey
been
leg.
carrying those around?
Well, I bought some some food. Oh, I have some simple
Are you-
meals, and I'll just
Oh,
eat this
the tur-
bag of candy I bought.
Oh, a turkey leg from the rations. That makes sense. I
Oh,
forgot.
me too.
Yes, I have a dried turkey leg or wrapped turkey leg that it's one of my meals.
Get out my
I would
16 beers and bag of candy and just start eating.
That would be so. What's my crafting? Bad. I think Kaspar's just gonna eat some provisions.
I am also just going to eat provisions. I like to think that Mareigh, even though she's been traveling for decades and decades, has never bothered to learn how to cook. Just because it's like it's not something that interests her, so she doesn't do it.
I love a beer.
Kaspar, can you do me a favor to prove that you're sorry?
He's not really sorry.
What?
You ask Lucian if he has any spoiled food.
What?
Why?
You haven't. Lucian will know.
I guess I'll do that.
I don't know if it's his bedtime, but it's worth a shot.
Yeah, you can.
I'll trek up to the castle again, and I'll just be like,
Can you revitalize spoiled provisions?
I can try to.
Be interested to see how you do that. It's a wholly practical application.
Yeah, Kaspar, what do you hear a voice from inside go? Yeah, what do you want?
oh, fuck.
Different Witcher.
You remember me? It's Kaspar of Blavikan.
Yeah. What do you want, princess? Julian's busy. I mean, not Julian, Lucian.
How the fuck? What is he doing in there?
Run.
Julian!
Getting
He's
busy.
making us soup.
Speed run.
Kaspar, is that you? Bro!
How the fuck did you get in there so fast?
Fucked over my soup. I fucked your friend.
How did you physically get here before me? I left and you were still at camp.
So
On the wings of love.
I fast traveled. You don't do that? Why'd you walk here?
fast travel. Oh my
I
god.
love the implication that the main Witcher characters know how to fast travel, but us side characters don't.
We are the main
We just hoof it
characters.
everywhere.
We are the main characters.
We are the main characters of this story, particularly. That's incredibly funny,
Is
though.
the main character of everything is the problem with him.
Yes.
Uh,
It's his curse. He's cursed with main character energy.
it's his problem and the reason I love him so dearly. Got any rotten food?
You hear there's a little kind of guardhouse behind, or a entry, section to the fortress. You could hear kind of some rummaging around, the sound of a barrel being opened, a crate kind of being thrown. You hear one kind of a sound of something getting knocked off, and him going, "Oh fuck, god damn it, ah shit." And then the little porthole next to the door kind of opens, and a little satchel of food morsels and things. You see there's mostly spoiled kind of rotten food. You see some potatoes and other vegetables, turnips and carrots and stuff, as well as some kind of meat hunks that have kind of grown moldy and maggoty. I wouldn't eat it if I were you, but I ain't you.
They just snatch it. Walk away. Walk back to camp, just throw the bag at the stinking, horrible, leaking bag at Opheia's feet.
Oh, you got more soup ingredients.
Ooh,
Nice,
love to
Kaspar.
see it.
Thank you. I knew you'd make up for,
The heat will cook the mold right off.
and it'll add flavor.
It's not how that works.
Yeah, just
Flavor.
Just fucking
I don't know how to.
disgust and hatred.
I don't know how to cook, but I know that that's not how that
absolutely
works. Just
I've seen it on cheeses. It's pretty tasty.
Cheese is the one exception. It's not even the all kinds of mold.
Nothing has one exception.
All
Also
right,
beer.
fine. I'm just gonna go with my tent and eat more candy.
Fermentation is controlled rot, not uncontrolled rot.
Maybe this is controlled. Maybe the maggots are controlled.
Everything I know about cooking, I've just read in books. I don't know anything about it practically.
Mareigh, you should be good at cooking.
I should
It's
be.
a crafting skill.
That's true.
It's just
Everybody has
crafting.
their
Not a skill. Oh yeah. That's
Is that
my
just? Is it
worst
just
skill.
crafting?
That's
Yeah.
what cooking dandelion.
Oh, yeah.
For it.
Yeah, I'd be better at it then. But like, she doesn't know anything practical about like anything. She's not practiced at it.
She can make something edible, but she cannot make something tasty.
Basically.
I'm not much of a chef. My main skill is just finding food that won't kill me, and this is a trick to
Food is
get food that
sustenance.
won't kill you.
Food is not meant to be not enjoyable.
My staff as a
If you fix
focus.
this, I can make us food. I'm not.
Oh my god! Did I
terrible
just clear my entire
at it
fucking journal?
usually.
I hate myself. Okay, there wasn't much in there, so I'll just have to recreate it from memory.
Or from backlogs of the episodes.
Watch party. Let's do it.
It's more of like what I do for Cassandra, and that I write down the things that she's wanting to recall in her own memory from the journey. I write in like a little summary.
Oh,
It's Mareigh sitting on her stomach, kicking her feet in the air, and writing in her journal.
Writing in her journal about her science experiments.
erasing her journal.
Her
It's
long-term
about the
experiment of making Kaspar not terrible to be around is failing horribly.
That's not what she's trying to do. That's a side goal. It's an optional quest.
It's a pet project.
She's trying to fix your brain, not your personality. Trying to fit.
So Opheia, you are able to rejuvenate a good portion of this. Let's see. Does it say how much you can actually rejuvenate? Range 2 meters.
Somebody got me the book. Let me see if I can find that. But I don't think it I think
One-
I just
Uh,
I think I just copied. I can't tell if that was a typo or not.
if cast on, I think it must be. I think it just cast
Yeah.
on spoiled fruit to drink. It causes them to become fresh and delicious again. I'm gonna say you're able to get enough for like a good meal from this. Like it was a lot of like
Yay.
old
Whoa.
stuff. So yeah, I'd say you're able to get one solid good meal out of it.
All right.
Let's talk about cooking.
Well,
Has
that
we- has we-
thoroughly drained my body, soul, and mind. So,
Should I?
if anybody feels like cooking, go ahead.
I'll give it a shot.
I will assist you.
Thank you. What do I?
Least I can do to make Dandelion stop pouting.
He's so cute when he pouts, though.
And it's not going to stop him.
My crafting is 9. What is yours? Yours.
My crafting is 6.
Okay, I will do it with help. What is the bonus from Caspar's assistance?
Kaspar, how are you helping? What are you doing to not just get in the way?
Well, I have the horse meat, and also, I feel like Kaspar is actually not terrible at cooking. He mostly cooks for himself, but he's probably good at, like, at least preparing the food. Like, cutting it up, like, kind of figuring out seasonings and stuff. Like,
Yeah. So
the prep.
yeah, with helping prep and that kind of stuff. So you can go ahead and add 1 to your bonus for this,
Okay.
Mareigh. It's not a very high DC. I mean, to just cook a meal, it's not basically as long as you
Mareigh's
don't.
You're really,
Mara's
really
an
good at
alchemist, so it's always it's precise measurement. So anything measured with your heart, she's like, no, I don't understand that. Give me an exact ratio.
meal. She would be a great baker.
She would be an excellent baker.
She would make great meth.
not to keep referencing the last game, but that's kind of what we did. Only that was more heroin than meth.
Kaspar hungry, feed him Adderall.
So be it just a crafting check.
Yes.
Self drugs.
Oh. No, that's not what I was supposed to roll.
Yeah.
Oh,
I see what you did. I was like, how did that even happen?
Crafting under crafting.
Yeah.
Crafting under
Yeah.
crafting. So this with a plus, oops, add a 1 to that. I didn't add it. So
It's 15. Yeah, you're good. You could grab a nice meal. Everybody's, potatoes, carrots, maybe some turnips, some meat. Seems like the meat that they had that was spoiled that Opheia was able to kind of rejuvenate seems to be some sort of, bovine, probably like a cow or buffalo or something like that.
beef.
So,
Much prefer the taste of beef to horse.
Yeah, it was like, oh yay, more
tasty
horse
meal,
meat.
so.
Yeah.
All right, so you all get a good meal. You retire for the evening. It is bitingly cold. Everyone has warm clothes, but does everyone have a tent now? Everyone has some sort of shelter?
Yep.
Oh, did I not buy a tent?
You're gonna have to
check my
share
notes. I
stuff with
might not buy-
someone.
Share with
Assuming
me.
we went back and got my tent.
Okay.
We
So
did
if
not
you
go
guys
back and get
did-
your tent.
We didn't go back and get you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, well.
I thought you bought a new one.
I thought you
Oh.
bought a new one too, but I
Right.
didn't.
Right. We got to. Sorry, I don't know why I was thinking that was the new tent that I lost, but yeah, no.
Oh, you bought a tent 2 episodes in a row.
Oh, well. I probably have one then, right? It's in my inventory.
Yep.
Yes, indeed. So you're all able to stay at least warm enough through the night, although it is quite cold, but no one has any negative effects from it. Go ahead and everyone can take your recovery stat if you need to for your stamina. You can
Oh,
replenish
yes,
your stamina and recover
do.
your health if you need to.
I need
And-
to help.
Opheia, go ahead and give us a resist coercion for sleeping.
Here we go.
And I think you've got 1 failure so far, right? With
I do, yes. Which is why I'm going to put 3 points of luck into this.
okay, 17. I believe that passes. Let me just go ahead and check.
Opheia.
Ooh, it actually needs to be an 18.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. So that is your
Put
second
one more
failure, and you do not recover any HP or stamina during the night.
Oh, no. Okay.
Were you injured at all?
No. No.
I think I was the
But
only
I
one that
need
was
to-
injured.
I don't get the stamina back from little bounty.
Okay, you awaken in the morning,
bad.
Opheia. You are haunted through the night by twisting and writhing shadows in your mind, and you're just never able to really pass into a sleep that is comfortable. And you awaken in the early dawn light, feeling just as tired as when you went to bed.
You look like shit.
Oh, it's because I feel like shit.
Then my assessments are correct. We need to get that glowing orb like yesterday.
There might be another way, but
What?
the glowing orb would be better.
Glowing orb would be safer. The hex would be
Hmm.
getting rid of the curse would be easier. What is the other way that you have in mind, though?
I need some wolfsbane, some etching acid, some glass. I think I have some liver and ashes somewhere. I could make a pendant. As long as I never take it off. It could make going to sleep a lot easier.
If you need glass, I always
heading into
carry it as
town.
a component. We are. Hopefully, I wonder if they'd have any. I wonder if the Witchers have any. Seems like the kind of weird esoteric ingredient they'd sit on and have no idea what to do with.
I'm glad you're being incredibly generous, as always, Mareigh.
That is generous. They have a library, an apothecary, a dungeon, apparently.
Maybe they have a brilliant alchemist who knows how to use it, or a brilliant hex weaver who knows how to use it. I don't know. The Griffin Witches strike me as hoarders.
Opheia, I don't know what you are imagining when it comes to how they would be keeping the child, but he's not chained up to a wall. He's not suffering.
What kind of spin are you trying to put on this, Kaspar? That it's okay to keep somebody hostage if the conditions aren't terrible enough?
What's the alternative if they send the boy back in the snow to a monster-ridden town with no assurance that they aren't going to starve to death, that the city isn't going, that if they sent one of their own, that the townsfolk wouldn't be waiting there hoping to kill them?
You're as paranoid as them.
I'm alive because I'm paranoid. And I almost died because I wasn't paranoid enough.
Anyway. Enough sniping first thing in the morning from the two of you. Let's break camp and get on our way. Because the faster we do this, the faster we get in that library.
We get in that library.
I said we.
No, I don't think you will be allowed.
I would hope that you'd put in a good word for me.
I did. As much as I was willing to. As much that wouldn't make me lose standing with a very tentative ally group.
I'm the person that would be able to understand the most things that are written there.
Don't underestimate me.
I'm not underestimating you, but two pairs of eyes are better than one pair.
And I'll ask Lucian for help. Let's go. Dandelion, are you tagging along?
Cranky bastard.
Well, I mean, I suppose. It seems like a long way to go without a caravan. You need me for this?
You want to wait out here in the... Well, you can stay here in the snow with the wolves.
Or you can go there in the
I
snow.
heard them howling.
I thought you were going to fight the wolves. I think I'm going to stay here and take some field notes. I have a bit of an idea of the start of an idea, and I think I'll set up a little base camp here, and I'll get some stew going for when you return. Maybe I'll try and soften up the old humbug up in the cabin, or not the cabin, the fortress. Not really a cabin. I'm just used to bigger castles, so to me it's a little bit of a cabin. But
can I desperately try to impart some wisdom about cooking before we leave, so that Dandelion doesn't make another boiling pot of poison?
We'll leave him with some of the ingredients we have left from last night. Just so he doesn't have to get inventive.
A whisper into Dandelion's ear: "Salt is poisonous to witches."
Really?
You're gonna be eating this too, asshole!
I could just put salt on it.
Can I please?
Yeah, sure. As you're all packing up and getting ready to set off, you impart some wisdom, particularly learned from last night, and you are able to help Julian understand the basics of cooking a little bit.
I don't know how you survived this long, if I'm being entirely honest.
Well, neither am I, but here I am. How did we all survive, really? The mystery.
Julian, someone's been feeding you 3 meals a day since the day you were born.
Oh, that would do it, yes. That does explain so much now.
You've never had to fight and scratch for a meal unless you're out on one of your finding yourself adventures. I had to
I've had to fight and scratch. Just maybe not as many big creatures as some of you have fought and scratched.
Yes, I'm sure that he's had his number of spats that he had to scratch and pull hair to get out of.
Or yes. Well, good luck on your journey. And I'll see you in, I don't know, a few days or however long it will take you. So I'll be here and I will
Be back in less than a day if it all goes well. So don't make too long-term plans.
I never do. Right. You set off on the road.
The road.
Heading north towards the small fishing village on the shores of Lake Tancred. It's inland a bit more, so the coast kind of curves around more towards the west, and you begin heading north a little bit inland towards where Lucian described the location. Progress is quite slow, and the weather conditions quickly take a turn for the worse. A few hours into the trek, a full blizzard begins hitting, quickly covering the ground and everything else in thick blankets of snow. Who is leading the navigation here?
Would that be wilderness survival?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That I have 2.
I also have 2.
I also have 2.
All right. Who has the most luck left?
Me.
But I have 1, so.
Yeah, Mareigh, you go ahead.
Okay. Let's do this. I used 1 already, so I'm at 5 luck left. I will use 3 luck for this.
Okay.
Getting lost in the woods in the winter does not sound ideal.
Yeah. Ugh.
Good thing you used the luck.
Good thing I used the
Good
luck.
thing you used the luck. Because you needed 18. So.
It could have been worse, but not much.
It would have been worse.
It could have been worse, but not much worse.
Well, the worst would have been failed. So.
The worst would have been fail and fumble fail.
It could not have been worse without failing. So, just for a refresher, now that the blizzard has come in, we are considered in snow and ice terrain. So, when you are doing wilderness survival checks that relate to tracking, you get a +3 to follow recent tracks and a -3 to follow old tracks. And when you're fighting on ice or snow, you have to make a DC 14 athletics check after running or attacking to stay standing. And then also, as we mentioned last time, when it's really cold, if you don't have cold weather clothing, after you get your number of hours equal to your stun metric, then you pass into death state because you start freezing to death. But everyone has warm clothes, so you don't have to worry about that at the moment. So, Mareigh, you manage to...
This reminds me of a winter that I spent in Eddern tracking down a demonologist. Just like it.
Fascinating. Keep your mouth closed so you don't swallow too much snow.
I think it's fascinating. Was this for love or for sport?
Hatred. She framed me for summoning a demon, and I had to find her and bring her to justice. We still talk sometimes.
So for sport, okay.
It does take a bit longer than the anticipated 2/3 of a day or so of travel because of the slow going through the blizzard and snow conditions. So it is just about sunset by the time or nightfall as you make your way further along this not very often used path in the woods of Kovir. Go ahead and everyone give me a awareness check.
Awareness.
Awareness.
Fairness.
Bareness.
Bareness. I hope there's not a bear.
It's also at a -2 because the sunlight is fading. So
Okay, so I got a 17.
everyone got pretty good
15.
though. So that's not. Yeah. That is, you all still pass, which is excellent.
Yay.
What bonus did we get from the meal last night?
It's your standard food plus, for a good meal, it'd be a +2 to your athletics and your body stats. So,
+2.
Did we get a nice meal?
Yeah, we did.
A good meal, yeah.
Or a good meal? Yeah, cool.
Yes, thanks
2
to
body and
Opheia's druidic abilities and the good cooking of Mareigh. So, right. And that is for everyone. So,
body
Yes.
and athletics.
Body and athletics.
Cool.
It's gonna
Yeah,
be
so
helpful.
you're-
It's gonna be helpful if it's snowy and we have to fight.
Yeah, it helps with
yes,
slipping.
absolutely. Yeah. All right,
Maybe-
so you
maybe I
all
should-
are aware as you push through these dense forests, the light beginning to fade around you, becoming hard to see through the dense underbrush and in the glowing gloom. You all notice, though, the unmistakable distant howl of a wolf, and you realize that you are all being followed by a pack of wolves.
Ugh. Beast bones.
It's gonna be Mare Tallow.
People bone,
normal
yes.
things to think and say when surrounded by wolves.
Fucking claws and teeth and muscles and fur. What else are they made of?
I know. I need to not treat it like a video game.
Yummy dog tallow.
Mm.
The
Yummy dog
unfortunate thing is
tallow.
wolves don't know what a video game is, so they're just gonna kill us.
Oh right, we have company, my friends. Let's
There's
try to
people
scare them
ahead.
off.
I can feel it in my tallow.
I don't know where.
Stop talking
Stop
about your tallow.
Right.
Is that what you call your beer gut?
my
Your
my
tallow.
16 beers that I bought at the last town.
The bottle's like rattling.
Loose in my backpack and no other supplies. I swear I was a scout at some point.
Bro camping.
I've fucking known guys to pack like that.
I've known you to pack like that.
No, not on backpacking trips.
Okay.
Camping trips, yes. Backpacking,
Camping,
no.
yes. Backpacking, no.
Too heavy.
Didn't you
I would
take
get
up
eaten
like
by
a
wolves.
thing of potatoes backpacking once?
Yeah. What a jar of spaghetti sauce. Move past it.
All right, what are you doing to prepare?
Is it?
You do
dark
see
out
that
here?
it's getting dark. It is nightfall, and the twilight gloom is starting to set in. You get the impression that you can see, all of you with your fairly high awareness checks, even with it getting dark, you can see the faint glimmer of some torches and what appears to be like a bonfire in the distance. So you get the impression you're not too far away from the village. Like, you feel like you are close.
I don't
we
think
have
they'd
to
like
get
it if we
there.
led a pack of wolves to their village, though.
We're not staying out here.
No, we're not. So let's continue going. I'll light my lantern just to give us some more light.
Me too.
I'm going to. I can't really like. I can't really like ready. I can't like be prepared to cast a spell, right?
You could hold an action, but it only holds till the end of the round, essentially. So you'd have to
Every
kind
3
of,
seconds.
yeah.
Yeah, I would
There's
have
good
to
Every
like.
time you're like, ready.
Yeah, no. Never mind. I'll just wait.
Wolves are a little
Walking.
different than people because wolves actually know how to cut their losses. We might be okay.
Let's continue on and not show any fear.
I'm going to get ready to climb into a tree as soon as I see a wolf.
All right.
Actually, can I try to do something real quick?
What would you like to do?
I would like to cast Igni to try and scare the wolves away, assuming that they're following us.
Alrighty.
Just like a burst of flame to kind
Yeah,
of
go
like,
ahead and give us a Igni cast. However many.
All right. So I can use 2 stamina at most. Oh,
Wow.
nice.
Very nice, yeah. You cast it at kind of like a nearby, snag, dead tree, and it kind of erupts into roaring flame. The dry dried out needles and stuff that are protected from the snow quickly catching and quickly begins blazing quite brightly. Very effective.
All right. Hopefully that'll startle them away. Let's keep moving.
Keeping moving.
All right.
Moving right along.
As the gathering evening gloom and the swirling snow continues, you break out from the edge of the forest. The sound of the wolves seem to still be getting closer, despite they seem to have swayed for some time and bought you a little bit of time, probably about 5 minutes or so, as the wolves kind of did not like the fire and did kind of back off for a little bit. And
might be. How much can I hone in to try and tell how many wolves are following us?
Sure, go ahead, and for this I'd let you do your Witcher training, and
Nice.
for anyone else who would like to see if they can better determine information about this group of wolves that's following you, could give me a wilderness survival check.
Sure.
Luck.
I believe.
Oh, God.
Ooh, fumble, huh?
Twin clowns over here. Can't see.
I'll give it a shot. I got logged out of Forge, though, so give me a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
Good as well.
That one fucking Discord emote of Zach just.
Oh.
I had to make one of Kaspar doing the same thing, just.
The hands up
Yeah.
crying emoji.
Yeah, every time you fumble.
For doing witchery ones, I want Mareigh doing the Ojo-sama laugh.
Alright, getting there. Loading in.
Or one of those old circa 2010 memes.
loaded in.
Science.
Alright, wilderness survival?
Yes.
Let's go!
My back is all crunchy.
Oh, thank God.
There we go.
Nice. All right.
Yay.
So, Mareigh with a 4. Wait, there's wolves back there? How many? What are wolves?
I know there are wolves. Probably the light from the
No,
lantern is keeping me from seeing them.
Yeah, no,
That's
you
the
like
real
just
life. Beast bones? No, wolves! Focus!
Jonathan Harker at the beginning of Dracula's.
yeah.
Just go with it. Look, that's here.
With
God bless Parker.
Kaspar and Kilton, you both are able to determine that there is a decently sized pack of wolves, and you're not really sure how many exactly, but you get that it's more than there are of you. And Opheia, with 17, you tune into the sounds of nature and your experience in the wilderness, and you are able to determine from the distinct sounds and growls of different beasts that there appears to be 6 creatures that are following you. One of which seems, as you see its form in the distance through the misty, snowy forests, seems to be larger and presumably a warg.
Monster.
Do you tell us this, Opheia?
Kaspar,
Hmm.
what do you know about wargs?
What do I know about wargs? Witcher training?
Yeah.
I don't have any more luck. Let's hope I don't. Okay, cool.
24, easy. Yeah, I mean, these are the most common of things to fight, right? I mean, so there are many famous myths and folklore about various wolves and wargs, but in general, they are essentially just wild dogs Wargs, on the other hand, tend to be a bit more shrouded in mystery. They often are kind of the dominant in, wolf packs. They kind of are larger, hulking versions. It's not really entirely clear if they're always the same species exactly, or if they are something different that are just similar enough to wolves that they kind of cohabitate. But generally, they're not that much more dangerous. You have fought many wargs and wolves in your day. You do know that in packs, as they tend to hunt, can be dangerous. They also have night vision, and they also generally have a leader of some sort that will boost their courage.
Not much more dangerous than wolves, but in a pack can be incredibly deadly. Though, with how they hunt, it might be worth our while to stop and fight them rather than run.
Oh, how did you know we were being followed by one? Sorry.
I guess based on wolves, and then you ask about wargs.
Right. Wish we were a little higher up on the food chain. How do we take it down?
How do you take down a wolf?
I don't engage in that sort of barbarism. That's why I'm asking you.
Enjoy the bottom of the food chain, though. You stab it, burn it, bludgeon it, blow it up. I once accidentally caught one in a hunting snare.
I don't think I have any hexes I can set that are good on beasts.
As
I thought I
you
had a trap.
try and determine this information around you, you come out of the forest a bit suddenly and abruptly onto the edge of which you can only assume to be Lake Tancred.
Like top battle. Fuck yes.
I see Lake Top Battle.
This is not where we want to
Snowy
be.
shoreline battle.
This is cool as fuck.
Yeah.
This
we
is
gotta
very
fight
cool.
some wolves here. Gotta. I have a biter. I have a bear trap.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have a bear trap.
Nice.
And with the information that Opheia and
Why does it still say that I'm injured?
Kaspar was able to determine, you see closing in behind you the figures of 6 wolves. And let's see. Trying to determine. I apologize. I did not make this map, the starting area, quite big enough. I should have added a few more squares to the start of the map. But so it goes. Yeah, I'm going to drag you back and see if that works, so that you. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. So you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll move them back a little bit just so that.
Okay, I should be at full health.
Doggy, 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 doggy. Let's go.
Right.
Okay. As you step out onto the shores of Lake Tancred, you see before you an icy expanse of frozen water, and you also see the rest of the trail leading presumably around the lake. You do see across the lake in this direction the glowing flames of the small fishing village and some of the houses and cottages. Presumably the trail goes around to the fishing village. Behind you, the wolves begin snapping and snarling as they begin creeping out from the hidden recesses of the forest that they had been in. And that is where we will stop off. We'll pick up there next time.
Okay.
Next time.
Okay.